Hi everybody, welcome to my homestead and welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to answer the question, can you leave your chicken coop open during the night? If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video if you end up liking it, hit the notification bell, and make sure to share this. So, the answer is, I think it depends on where you live, okay? When we started homesteading, we just went with the assumption that yes, that you need to. And I think under normal circumstances, you do. It depends on where you live and what predators are present in your area. So in my case, okay, I live in a small town, and we live at the edge of town. You can kind of see over there, not really good, but there's behind that line of trees, there's a road right there, and then if you cross the road, then you were into like a farm field essentially. Now here in town, I think because of the road and just the activity kind of in this area, we don't really get any predators, any big predators over here that I've seen since we've been here. We do have possums and skunks, both of which can kill, young chickens and chicks and eat eggs and stuff like that. So, in fact, I did a video on this channel where there was a possum that had, I guess, jumped up here, right? Like this, these are our troughs for when we have cows. We don't have any right now, but we will probably in a few months. But we had one possum that got up here and was trying to make his or her way into the chicken coop. But in our case, it's okay if they do, because let me show you. All the chickens are already in for the night. Surprisingly, maybe it's because it's starting to get cold outside and maybe they need more rest or something in the winter. I'm not sure about that. Come on, turn on. I know you can do it. There we go. Okay. We got to replace that light bulb right there. So in our case, we have this big chicken coop. As you can see, it's not actually really a chicken coop. When we bought this place, essentially this room leads over here into the garage, and then you go around there, and then through that door we have a workshop. So this was kind of like a second workshop, or like a material storage area. But we turned it into a chicken coop because it seems like the guy before used this to feed his cows, because like you have these slots right here and you can just like feed the cows right there, which is really nice, by the way. But yeah, so we turned it into a chicken coop. We used these racks right here, which normally you use that for holding wood or pipes or things like that, but we turned it into like a roosting area. And our chickens, they like to stay way up off the ground and on those shelves and on these counters. So we decided to test it out. So all the way up until like just a few months ago, we always closed the coop at night because we thought that we needed to. But since we never saw any other predators other than possums and skunks, and because all of our chickens are adults, we decided to experiment and see if it'd be okay. So we leave our chicken coop door open right there 24/7, and it works. We haven't had any deaths via predator. So let me come out here and you can see the other side right here. Okay. So I think that the two things that make it possible for us to leave our chicken coop open 24/7 is because we're in town, even if just slightly in town, and because we have a big chicken coop where our birds can get way up off the ground. Now, We used to have a goose, and we had turkeys, and we had guineas, and we had ducks. Now, the guineas were able to go up there with the chickens, but all the other birds really weren't. The turkeys can. Like as you can see right here, that's like not enough room for a turkey. If you look at the space between the bars, the chickens just barely fit in there. But the turkeys would always like fly up and be on these counters, so they probably would have been okay. But I'm thinking that maybe our ducks and, well, probably not the goose. Geese are really good as like, guard, attack dogs, guard dogs, whatever. They're good for protecting your flock. But anyway, the point is that something probably could have happened back when we had them, but we got rid of all of them. Now all we have is just chickens. That's all we want to do right now. We're not like too... Oh, there's a fight over there. That rooster, I think he's wanting to... Yep, there he goes. Okay, I'll just look over here. A lot of love going on all the time here in the chicken coop. So anyway, so we aren't really big on duck eggs. Like, I like them just fine, but none of the rest of the family really does. And we were going to have turkeys so that we could process them for meat. We wanted to do it for Thanksgiving, but we just realized that we probably weren't going to do that, and we just simplified everything. It's been kind of a stressful year. Maybe we'll get some in the future. But for right now, we just have these chickens, and they stay way up there where it's safe. I'm pretty sure we're not going to have any predators get in here. Now, here in Kansas, I'm in south central Kansas, but there's like, everything you can think of. That we have coyotes, and I think there's foxes here. I think I may have seen a fox. So there's like, in fact, my neighbor across the street texted us one time. It was like, hey, careful, we saw a bobcat. But in the time that we've been here, we haven't had anything bigger than just a possum and a skunk come over here. So now, otherwise, if you're out in the country, definitely you'll need to close your chicken coop every night. Oh, now everyone's coming out. I guess I disturbed them. And it looks like my daughter was pretty generous with the scratch. I'm gonna have to talk to her about that. We have some friends that live in a neighboring town, and they had a bunch of silkies, and they had one of those chicken coops that you can buy from, like, well, I'm not sure where they bought it from, but when you go to Tractor Supply and Atwoods and Orscheln's and like any farm store, you have like these kits that you can put together and make a chicken coop. They had a bunch of silkies, and they put it out there, and I guess like the bottom was kind of exposed or something, and there was some predator that was able to reach in there or something and killed all their silkies. A silkie is the type of chicken, if you didn't know. They're, wow, just non-stop with the lovemaking. Anyway, we have one. He's a rooster. He's a white silky rooster. We have him mostly as a pet. But anyway, they had that problem. They just had that small chicken coop. I guess it was a little bit exposed at the bottom. I don't know how, because I didn't really get a good look at it. But yeah, you just want to be careful. There's lots of different solutions out there. A lot of different types of coops and chicken runs and stuff like that. There was one time when we actually, this like pen area that's like for cows, we used this as, we used it as a chicken run. And last winter, it was like really, really cold. And I guess like like some of the hawks and stuff were having a hard time finding, food. And so we had a couple chickens that were attacked by hawks. And so using welded wire fencing, we just like lined the inside of the fence here, and then we also draped it over top. So this area was completely enclosed by welded wire fencing, and that worked good. But then we decided that we wanted to like let them free range and get the benefits of free ranging, and we've been okay ever since. So yeah, so generally, yes, you do need to close it every night, unless you're in a situation like us. And like I said, I think the two keys are one, excuse me, one, having your chickens where they can like get up high off the ground, and two, being like in town, to where like there just aren't as many large predators that come through. I hope this was helpful. Well, one other thing I could suggest, if you're wanting to like save yourself the trouble of having to open the chicken coop every day, they do make automatic chicken coop doors. I haven't looked into that myself, but I had a friend here in town that was telling me about it, so that's kind of cool. Maybe you can look into that if that's something that you want to do, if you have the money for it. Otherwise, yeah, you should close it up at night. And depending on your area, you might have to have the whole area enclosed, kind of like what we had here, but like even more. I've seen some people where their chickens are like in like a fenced in area, kind of like what I was describing here, to where they can't like really go anywhere. Nothing can get in, nothing can get out, but it just depends on where you're at and the predators in the area. So I hope that was helpful. Again, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video if you liked it, hit the notification bell. I'll be doing more homesteading videos with tips and just things that we've learned. And hopefully that'll help you as you think about homesteading, or if you are homesteading. And I'll talk to you guys later.